he worked his 7 years, and he's so in love. He is so in love that the 7 years seems like a few days. Come on, no. I want my husband to be in love with me like that. Like if he was to be waiting upon me and it was to be 7 years, oh Jesus. Let it just seem like it's only few days he's been waiting. Glory be to God. So while he's here waiting and waiting, and the 7 years was up, he was like, it is time. Like, let me go in. It's time. I've worked for you. I fulfilled my promise. No, it's your time to fulfill the end of your promise, because 7 years, I would have loved to know what the 7 year of wages was, because I'm nosy like that. I devoted to y'all. I am nosy like that. I would love to know, what was the 7 year wages, but it got to be a good amount of money for 7 years. So he said, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. So he was very anxious to lay with Rachel. But guess what? Laban decided, okay, yes, we're going to have a wedding. You're going to have your wife, okay? You are going to have your wife. And I am going to get all the men, and I'm going to have this big old feast. Oh, yes. And he had a big old feast, right? And then it says, and it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, not Rachel, Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him, and he went in on her. And it makes me wonder what their ceremonies were like. It's not like, oh, it is today, because he did not knew who was there in the tent with him. So then the next day, Mr. wake up and realized that it wasn't Rachel that was next to him. I guess he was so in love and so anxious that he didn't even realize that it wasn't Rachel. I don't know what it was. I don't know if they had wine at the party. I don't know. But something, because if you are so in love with somebody, you should know at least any little sound that they make, I would imagine. Right? So I guess he was very excited to be with Rachel. But anyways, then Laban said to him, and this is something that we must learn when we're in a new territory or we're dealing with new things. We must learn the way and culture and everything that is about that new place that you enter into, right? So Laban said to him, you know what? It must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. So in their country is that they don't, if the firstborn is not married, the younger one cannot get married. And even today, I believe in some part in Africa, is anyone here from Africa? That the older sister must, get married first. The younger one will sit back and wait until the older sister get married. So it was like in this country, the older one have to get married first. But the thing that puzzled me, this man was there for 7 years, and for 7 years they kept their mouth shut, because from the moment he asked, Laban knew the way that their country operated and how they did things, and he chose to intentionally not tell Jacob that this is our customs, this is the way of the country, this is the way of the land. But no, because he had other plans. And so the deceiver got deceived, right? And in this, now he is going to end up marrying twice, even though his intention was not to be married twice, right? Australian, Africa, Texas. So here we go. And so then, listen to this. This is the part that I was like, ooh. Then when he talked to Laban about this, Laban was like, okay, it's for us to be like, okay, you know what? Have 1 week honeymoon and then you can get to marry Rachel. Have 1 week honeymoon and then you can get to have Rachel. Let her have 1 week with you, and then I will let you marry Rachel, and then you can spend the next 7 years working for me. He had the intention, probably was hoping that this would happen, or he would have just been comfortable with Leah. But he was so in love, that was not his choice. And this can tell us how the enemy work, that the enemy will try to take the enemy. This is manipulation, deception, manipulation, the spirit of manipulation, spirit of lies and deceit. So yes, in all of this, and then poor Leah had to deal with the whole after effect that, okay, all right, I finally got married, and then to hear you're only gonna have your husband for 1 week, and you get to have him for a honeymoon, and then he's gonna marry your sister, and then both of you gonna have to be sharing this husband. Hi Angela. Tonight we're gonna have Bible trivia, but I'm over here giving them the gossip of Bible study tonight that I did earlier on Zoom. I feel it shows you that the world did not value woman, right? And even in the body, there's some men that do not value women as much as they're like, oh, I'm a God-fearing man and whatever. If some wives should come forward and tell you that the name calling and the beatings and all the things that are happening, and they're not taking care of their family, you would see